love this place. It feels so 50s, Liz. I love it.
Not far off. It was built in the 30s. Watch your step on the gate there.
You have a new baby?
We do. Well, she's about a year old now.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Look at this place. It's like a museum. I love it. So retro. Is this thing still running fine?
Yeah. It came with the house. We use it every day.
Yeah.
It has some quirks. We had to put a thermometer inside so we know what temperature it is while we're cooking. We're really excited to restore that someday, though.
We all have a few quirks when we get older. And look at this. This thing matches perfectly.
Yep.
This was the faucet that was the rage in the post-war era. It had hot and cold with a spout, but it had this feature. It had the spray hose that had a soap additive here, so you could hit the button and wash the dishes. The next newest convenience, but this is not original.
No, well, after the baby, we wanted to make sure that we were getting good water quality.
Sure.
So we put this snap-on filter on there. But this is the problem we have now.
Oh boy. Now that's not normal. Okay. All right. So what this is a little filter cartridge right here, and it's relatively small. And so in normal mode, the water misses the filter completely, and then you turn a bypass and you push the water through, but you can see it's relatively small flow because the filter itself is small.
Right.
What I'm going to propose is actually, let's get rid of that. Put a high level filtration down out of sight. You don't have to think about it, don't have to see it, and make this thing go back to what it looked like when it was first installed.
That sounds great.
Good. All right, here is the new filtration unit that'll sit down under the sink. So there's a little indicator system here. You can see it's red right here, but as I put the cartridge in, see the blue indicators come across, and what happens is over time as it gets clogged, as they work, these blue will disappear, and when it gets to 0, you'll know it's time to change it. So that's pretty cool.
Okay.
The two cartridges are pretty interesting too. I brought a cutaway. This is a carbon composite membrane inside here, and actually it's a pipe in a pipe system. Water comes in through this outer pipe, comes down inside the filter through this outer surface area and works its way through to the center, where it then leaves through this inner pipe. Now it'll also remove the regular stuff you'd expect, dirt, sediment, rust, but it also will do heavy metals like lead and mercury, and even pesticides and pharmaceuticals.
That's great.
And with this much surface here, you can get up to about a year of coverage without having to change the cartridges.
That's good. We've been having to change the filter on this one every 2 or 3 months.
Great. Well, let's get started by turning off the water. I only have to shut off the cold because that's all we're working on. Okay. So let's just open up the cold and take the pressure off. Now let's say goodbye to this guy. There's 2 buttons to release it, and that goes away somewhere. I just got to get rid of this aerator, get rid of the old adapter. I'll give you that. And a new aerator. Let's get a little of this old tape away. Make it look pretty. Okay. Let's put on a new aerator. That looks better already. All right, so here's the back side of the unit here, and it comes as a kit with all the tubing connections and the adapters you might need for most installations. And look at this, it even has a diagram in the back to reduce the chances that you mispipe it. There's the symbol for the cold water shutoff, and here's the feed going in. Coming out of the filter, it goes up to the cold water side of the faucet right there. All right, let's break these connections and get going. There should be a little bit of water here. This is a compression connection. I just have to loosen it. And then I'm going to replace it with a new supply. Okay, that should be tight enough. Now, a similar adapter on the other side. There's a couple pieces of black tubing, just grab them. Thank you. All right, now these connections are pretty interesting too. This is actually a push connection. If I push it up and in, it locks in place and it's watertight. All right, so I'm going to leave these tubes long because it'll allow for service in the future. And good, those are made. So now I'm going to turn the water back on before I can push it into place. All right, I have initialized your system, which means I ran it for 5 minutes, and that flushes the carbon and activates it. Let it sit for 10, and then ran it for 3 more, so it's now ready for your test.
Okay.
Give it a try.
Well, it tastes great.
That's good news.
Yeah, and it looks so much better too.
Well, great. I wish you many years of clean water.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.